Welcome.
Thank you.
Good to have you.
Good to be here, thanks.
Sometimes people just play the perfect Sunday morning tunes.
Do they?
Yeah, I think this is a way of waking up. Adrian, you started engaging in music while you were already 25, something like that.
Well, no, much younger actually.
The stage. You hit the stage maybe at that.
Oh yeah, that was probably the age I was when I first went on a stage. But since I was a child, I was playing music, but mostly in my room or in the sitting room in the house, making up songs.
Who was your audience then?
My little brother and my dog.
Your dog, wow. What made you decide to commit yourself to music after all these years, maybe?
Well, it chose me and I obeyed, you know? It wasn't really a decision. No, if it was an easy one. One that I didn't really realize I was making. It just took over.
Yeah.
So I let it take over, you know?
Do you remember the first time on stage?
I do. It was a lunchtime concert in a college, and the audience were expecting a classical recital.
Oh.
And my friend who played cello with me at the time, she organized it, because she was from the classical world. So they had billed us as a classical trio, but that's not what it was.
What was it?
It was a nervous 20-something-year-old singing unfinished songs with a very shaky voice. That was the first one, but I loved it. I was really excited afterwards.
And was your voice already that deep at that point?
No, it got deep over time. Well, when I was, it got deep over time, but when I was 13, I had a low voice, you know. I remember in school bashing a door saying, "Let me in," you know. I was shouting at my friends inside, and they didn't know who it was. And they opened the door and they were looking up because they were expecting to see a big
grown
man.
up.
But there was a little guy, little boy, with a man's voice.
So you loved music from an early age on. Let's say that, and you also loved photography.
Photography, yeah, I still do.
You still do, right?
Sure, yeah.
And I think on this new album, Dark Eye Messenger, there's a 6-minute song called "The Photographs."
Yeah.
Whose photographs are you singing about?
They're photographs that I took myself, I suppose. That's one song that has got a very kind of a literal story, as in I can tell you exactly how I wrote it. Most of the songs I write aren't like that. They're not really necessarily in reference to any one thing. So this was about an event that triggered a series of memories, all triggered by a collection of photographs that I had forgotten about.
And that's what you wrote about?
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you say, like, usually you don't write like that, what does that mean? That literally anything can turn into a song, or that...
Yeah, well, I suppose there are different ways that they come to me. Sometimes they might come from a journal that I'm keeping, or a story, or a diary, or other times it's like a voice at my shoulder whispering into my ear when I'm falling asleep, and I go, what's
Who's that?
I have to write it down, you know. And the music comes like that too, so it's a mystery. It's a very mysterious thing, you know.
Yeah. If it's a mystery, and there's not always like a big story or theme behind it, how is it for you then that people tend to try to search for connecting themes or something behind it?
Well, no, to me there is always a story and a theme and a life behind each one. It's something that I step into, and also it's something that envelops me. And if something, you know, it's like all kinds of things. If it's from if it's coming from a human place, other people will probably identify with it in some way.
Yeah.
Even if it is mysterious sounding.
Yeah.
That's what music is, and I suppose.
Yeah.
When it works, I hope it works.
I think it works. Last question. Without guitar, an entire album without guitar.
Yeah.
Why was that such a thing?
The way I like to approach writing music is not to depend on any one way of getting the music across and the feel of it and the atmosphere. And I'd been working with a neo-classical ensemble in Dublin without any guitar. It was mostly strings and orchestral percussion. And I'd do the voice, sing and speak. So they were all my compositions. I was used to just singing after having written the music and created something with others around me. So it felt like a natural thing to do at the time for this record.
All right.
So, but I'm not against bringing the guitar back again. So when I'm touring at the moment, I'm playing the guitar on some of the songs that are on this record. That's
interesting. It maybe brought some new possibilities for you.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it created a space, I think. More air, a different kind of atmosphere. I'm not sure if it's really obvious straight away if there's no guitar there when you're listening to the record. Some people I spoke to told me that they didn't notice after, at the first listen.
I noticed because I knew.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's the thing. But you don't miss it. But it's interesting that it's missing, and now you're gonna do a song with guitar.
Yeah, yeah.
Peculiar. But we like it. What's the name of the song?
It's called Halfway to Andalusia.
Halfway to Andalusia. We're gonna listen to you. Thank you so much, and good luck with everything around this album.
Thank you.
Thank you, Adrian.